What's up, guys? This is Adam the Bee's Knees, and today we are going to be doing our UBC Week 5 match versus Levine of the Boston Kommo-o. Levine's a pretty good opponent. I've faced him in the past. Last time I faced him, I won, I think, narrowly with Manaphy versus an Umbreon and stuff, but he's back. He happens to have my Volt Turn core of the NPL with Zerk and Beedrill, so very good core there. And he has Gliscor and Toxapex and Empoleon and Umbreon. These are going to be his bulkier Pokemon. I only think he'll bring one Water type. In testing, a fast Empoleon was actually a little bit of a threat to my team, so I have to be careful on that. But the Xurkitree is a threat. A Zelf, I definitely see coming. It hits my team pretty hard. It's going to be Nasty Plot, Life Orb. The Z move is a maybe. I don't think so, but I don't know. It could be Z Shadow Ball. Or, yeah, because it doesn't get Dark Pulse. Gliscor, if he is in still sick. If he's a Swords Dance Facade set, that could be annoying. Or he could just be generally annoying with the Toxic set. Toxapex is just a nuisance, but not that big of a deal. Empoleon is going to be his Stealth Rocker, his Defogger, probably Roar, Flash Cannon, Scald, those moves. Hawlucha is actually a very horrible threat. If I let that thing get behind the sub, I could be in danger. Mimikyu, another threat, annoying Pokemon because it automatically hits the sub. It's just a nuisance. Umbreon is going to be the biggest pain on this team. Delphox, he could bring, I guess it could be Z Fire move, or Z Psychic, I don't know. If anything, it's going to be Z or Life Orb. Torterra, don't think it's going to be brought, but it still hits kind of hard, and a Mega Beedrill, so we all know what Mega Beedrill does. So, that's the wrong team. So, the team I'm bringing is Togekiss. Oh, I'm still thinking of the MPL. Okay, so up first we have Reuniclus. Now, Reuniclus has a Cassibberry, which reduces ghost moves, and I've EV'd it to where it can definitely take a Shadow Claw and a Zelf's Shadow Ball. When they're both at +2 in Life Orb, I'm not going to take that set well, but also you can't set up on a whole lot, but that's besides the point. Now, so the point is that I can take a Shadow Ball and hit them back with a Shadow Ball if they are threatening. I had 4 move slots in them because I really wanted Toxic. I really wanted Toxic off the set because Toxic and Infestation gets the Umbreon completely out of the way. The only problem is that if I have that, I need Recover, and then I can't just run Shadow Ball, because Shadow Ball doesn't hit, still only in the because Shadow Ball does not hit the Toxapex and the Gliscor hard, which I need Reuniclus to kind of deal with. So it's pretty much my check to his walls, Infestate, switch out to Giantsy here, and 2-hit KO and Umbreon is hopefully the plan. I can 2-hit KO Spud Death one. Speaking of which, I know I have a timid nature here. The only reason is most of the time, if you look at his team, his switch ins to Moonblast are Empoleon, Toxapex, and I don't even count Mega Beedrill. And instead of a Diamond Storm, they would much rather not take an Earth Power. So I'm going to be hitting these 2 moves most of the time, and Diamond Storm does more than Power Gem on both Delphox and Mega Beedrill, which is why I have Diamond Storm. I don't want to miss, but you know. Oh well. Then I have Rock Polish here. Hopefully I can set up on things like the Toxapex, because I can take a Scald. It will still do a lot, but I can still take it. As well as this way I can deal with a HP Steel or Iron Tail Umbreon. Now I think it could be a smart tech, but it's not very good because it needs Wish, Protect, preferably Heal Bell and Foul Play, or even Toxic. So I don't know if I feel like he'll bring the Iron Tail. He could, now that I think about it, because it does hit the Curum, but then he loses to both the Reuniclus and the Arcanine. So I don't know how I feel. But speaking of which, we have a defensive Arcanine designed to switch in on the Mega Beedrill, designed to switch in on the Mimikyu, designed to take a hit from the Hawlucha. I have Will-O-Wisp. I have speed on here to speed creep. I think it just speed creeps a Gliscor because Gliscor also has a 95 speed. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's why I have 28 speed on there. Just to hit the Gliscor maybe before it can hit me. It's not that important, but still, it's better to have that than not. This also outspeeds, I want to say it outspeeds Jolly Torterra. Let's just take a gander at that. Because, you know, Torterra is not the best Pokemon in the world, but it is a hard-hitting Pokemon. 232, so yes, I do have speed to burn the Torterra and then Morning Sun on it, which is very nice. Talked about the Diancie here. Scarfcrook, Pursuit, kill that Azelf before it can do anything to me. If it's an acid plot, it's not that big of an issue. Knock off a Mimikyu. He could run the Will-O-Wisp, which would be annoying. He ran that last week. So that is a little bit of a problem, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah. Also, I have Electros here, designed to deal with his Psychic spamming Azelf, Empoleon, and Xurkitree. I have Defense over Spadef because Assault Vest brings my special defense where I can take Psychics, and this defense allows me to take Psyshocks more easily. And then up next, I have a Life Orb Kyurem. Right before this, I was really debating the Focus Blast and Fightium Z, but if he is Spadef Umbreon, it won't matter because I can't kill him with Fusion Bolt plus Dragon Claw, and if he is a physically defensive Umbreon, it does matter. But not the worst thing in the world. I do have Umbreon switch-ins in Diancie, in Arcanine, and hopefully in Reuniclus. I don't want to take a Foul Play, but still is nice. I can do so much to a Toxapex. They can't break my sub. I can't afford to set up on the Empoleon, but I can theoretically try to scare out the Gliscor and set up a sub, or the Mimikyu as well. I have enough speed on here to outspeed, I want to say, timid Xurkitree, because everything else is faster than me. Mega Beedrill is Crocodile speed here, I believe. So yeah, that's my team. I want to fight Levine pretty soon, and hopefully we can come out on top. If not, oh well, this is the hardest season. So yeah. Alright, we are live. So he brought a very interesting team. He did not bring his Mega Beedrill. Hawlucha is of course a humongous threat on his team. Now Azelf is his only rocker, which does kind of lean me more towards leading off with Electros. Diancie, if I play Diancie right and Azelf isn't sashed, I can pretty much one-hit KO his entire team. So that being said, I'm gonna lead off with Electros. He's gonna lead off with Xurkitree. Now, I think he's just going to go for the Volt switch here. I'm gonna click the knockoff to do some big damage on whatever wants to come in as the Umbreon does choose to come in. Now, I don't want to get toxic. So that being said, I feel like what I'm going to do is go right out into the Reuniclus. Yeah, I'm going to go right out into the Reuniclus. And he does toxic me, which doesn't do anything. Now, I'm going to infestate the Umbreon. Try to get some chip damage off on this thing, as he decides to switch into the Mimikyu, which is fine. The disguise is busted, and he is trapped there. Now, I don't want him to set up a Swords Dance, so Arcanine is pretty good here. I want to keep my Reuniclus fairly healthy for Zelf, so I am going to go right in Arcanine, see if he wants a Swords Dance, as he's going to Will-O-Wisp, which I am immune to. He's leftovers, okay. He doesn't really have a switch in for Will-O-Wisp, for Flare Blitz, which is nice. I feel like I could go for Flare Blitz. I feel like, yeah, as he goes Delphox here. Now, I don't know what kind of Delphox. He's leftovers, so I almost want to say he's a sub-Calm Mind set. That being said, if he's a sub-Calm Mind set, I could go out to Eel here. Pretty safe, as he is going to go for the Calm Mind. Now, I can take a Fire Blast and hit this thing hard with a Knock Off, which is what I want to do. Or I could go for the U-turn into Krookodile and fire off a Pursuit, which might be better in the long run. If we actually look here versus a Delphox, he's Calm Mind, and I am an Electros here. So a U-turn is gonna do around 30%. So he'll be, let's say he'll be at around 70 something, which is not actually enough for Krookodile to take him out. Whereas I could knock off here. How much would an Electros's knockoff do again? It would do like 80%, bringing this thing in to E-speed range. But I also kind of want to keep E alive. I think knockoff is fairly good, as he's going to Wish here. Okay, so he's going to actually recover all his health. So what I'm going to do is go for a slow U-turn and go into Krook for the knockoff. If anything, Hawlucha is going to come in, as I do take that and I do fire off that move there. Now he's going to get off a Wish, which isn't the end of the world, as I'm going to go into Krookodile here. I really want to click I want to click Knockoff again, or Aqua Tail. I feel like I could Pursuit Trap this guy. Fire Blast, and then if I mess up with Krook though, it's really bad for me. So what I kind of want to do is knock off the incoming. Oh, I'm an idiot. Whoops. I completely forgot that I knocked off the leftovers. As I forgot. TBH. That was so stupid. Hawlucha's gonna come out, I bet. As it does come out. Now, I'm not choice banded, but I am at +1. And it's gonna do a lot. A little part of me says he has no item though, so I'm gonna go in Arcanine here. As he's gonna go for the sub, I figured as much. Now, Hawlucha versus Arcanine. Can Extreme Speed take out a sub every time? Yes, but if he's bulky, maybe not. So I'm gonna fire off that Flare Blitz as he's gonna Swords Dance up there. Now, a +1 Hawlucha. A +1 Hawlucha. Let's say he is adamant. A +1 Hawlucha cannot take out my Arcanine. Or excuse me, +2. He can't. So I'm gonna fire off another Flare Blitz here. As he's going to get the Shuka off. I feel like that was his goal there. I'm gonna fire off another one. As he's just gonna keep going for sub. But +1 should... Okay, if I'm gonna try to E-speed him now, bring him to 25 as he goes for the high jump kick. But what this does is put him in range to this E-speed. Now he could very well switch to the Mimikyu. But if yeah, okay. So the biggest threat to my team is now gone. Biggest threat is completely gone and shut down, which is lovely. I absolutely love that. If I'm pretty much going to click E-speed on anything that wants to come in. Now he I have a hunch he's not gonna. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me really expects him to Volt Switch, and part of me also expects him to predict me to go into Crook. Now, I don't want to go into Crook. This thing is nice for the Mimikyu. I want to keep that in mind. And that being said, I feel like Electros is not needed. And so he did go for the prediction there. I expect him to be Scarfed, so what I'm going to do is go into my Reuniplus, preserve this guy as death fodder. I could be dead wrong, but it looks like he is Scarfed in some way. Now, what I am going to do is fire off the Shadow Ball here. It should hit the Mimikyu pretty hard. Now, the only thing is that I am put in kind of a bad range. I could go... What I think is probably a better play is to preserve my berry and sack off the Arcanine. Allow him to take that damage to where Crocodile can come in and go for the pursuit and take him out. Do I want to double check if a Mimikyu can live a pursuit versus my Crocodile? Choice Scarf. Pursuit does seem like it does enough. So I'm going to go for it, as he does try to switch in there. So I did take out the Mimikyu. Quite nice there. He's probably going to go into the Umbreon now. Yeah, if he just... I can't believe I did that. Since Electros really doesn't outspeed anything, I'm going to go into the heal. And she's going to take me out with a foul play there. So, at this point, I'm going to go into my Reuniplus, and I'm going to click Infestation. I want to try to trap this thing a little bit if he switches into Azelf. Okay, so he is now whittled a little bit, and what I'm going to do is just go for the recover. He could be Baton Pass. I don't think so. I'm going to fire off a Shadow Ball to see if he is Baton Pass. he isn't Baton Pass. So I want to get him to the point where he's going to wish again. And I do feel like now I can go into Diancie here. I want to make that aggressive play as he goes for the wish there. Now, a Zelf could be sashed. I could just try to take this thing out, or he could sack Zerk, as he does go into the Azelf. My only issue is, can Azelf take me out with an energy ball? If he's choice scarfed. I mean, if he's not, he'd be probably timid. He'd have to be timid to outspeed anything. He wouldn't be. This is only if he's whatever. And I think the hardest thing he has is energy ball to hit me. Energy ball does not one-hit KO me. Moonblast does not one-hit KO him, but it should bring him down through the point where I do live the energy ball, and I can fire off another Moonblast to take him out, as he probably was scarfed. As Zerk is going to come out here, Zerkatry probably does not die to an Earth Power, as it actually does. My only thing is, if I keep, I'd rather go into Reuniclus now and try to preserve my Diancie. As I have more PP than anything he wants to throw at me, and I can effectively PP stall him out. Okay. So, real quick, does Zerkatry, since I have a Zerkatry on this team, does Zerkatry get Trick or Switcheroo? It doesn't. It gets Signal Beam. As Thunderbolt does not do anything, and I should be able to take this thing out as he crits me, which is super annoying. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna put Moonblast now. Take that. Alright. So down goes that thing, which is super annoying. I'm going to fire off a Moonblast here, as that does so much damage. Okay. GG. And yeah. Okay. So I do take out the Umbreon there. Good game to Levine. I almost lost the game because I clicked knockoff when Earthquake was right there. That was just bad news bears there. So Levine played really good. Halucha, definitely the biggest threat there. Glad I was able to work around it with my defensive Arcanine. Diancie put the team on its back. I do think an Earth Power would have taken Zerk out. You know what? He's asking for Krook speed. I happened to be 286, so I'll let him know. 286. I believe that outspeeds a mag speed Zerk. which, if you take a look at mine, oh, I don't know, and it's level 50, so never mind. So yes, Diancie put in a lot of work. The bulk really paid off because I did not have a minus. I'm pretty sure it was Zerk. Now, because I was not a minus defense or specially defensive nature, foul play and the energy ball. Look at 286 EVs. Foul play and energy ball was not able to take me out. Well, anyway, I'm gonna talk to you later, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Check Living out too.